It's a bit of blue sky uncrossed by power lines and unsullied by ugly high-rises. What's more, the sky appears blue and beautiful. New Yorkers rarely get to see such a treat. You're in Chinatown. It's just another stretch of New York's pavement. There's no reason at all to touch the street. It's not only undignified, but it's a health hazard as well. A tall street lamp stands on the far side of the street. It's out of reach, which is just as well since you're not a qualified city street lamp lighter. There appear to be shops on either side of the quaintly painted storefront, but none of them hold your interest. Yes, sirree, Bob, they're solid buildings all right. There are some stairs leading up a dark and dangerous-looking passageway. The stairs are firmly attached to the floor. After a quick glance at the dark staircase, you decide that it's potentially hazardous to your health and that there can't possibly be anything of interest upstairs. The sign reads, "Low Fats." This must be that low-fats place you've heard so much about since arriving in New York City. It's too far up out of reach, and it's unladylike to stand on tiptoes. The front of this building is decorated in a vaguely oriental style and painted with fading dragon red paint. Through the grimy window you can see an old man working behind a counter. You'll get street dirt on your fingers, and you won't learn much in the process. Only indigents stand on the street and talk to storefronts. A couple of dingy yellow lanterns adorn the awning of Low Fat's laundry. You refrain from attempting to handle the lanterns hanging above you. After all, there's no telling what an angry shopkeeper wielding a hot iron might do to a vandal. The lanterns are under strict instructions not to talk to reporters. You see a gaudily painted front door to Low Fat's laundry. If the front door has anything worthwhile to say, it's certainly keeping shut. This is the interior of Low Fat's Chinese laundry. Apparently Low Fat does a good bit of hand tailoring. The shelves are filled with fabrics, silks, wools, cottons and satins. In another 50 years or so, these will all be replaced with snazzy, durable acetates. They're behind the counter so that nosy Nellies like you can't accidentally smudge them. This looks like a vase, similar to, but slightly different from, the vase on the right. This looks like a vase or an urn of some sort, similar to the one on the left. It's up high and out of reach, which is fortunate since it contains the ashes of Low Fat's dear departed mother. It's out of reach, which is just as well since it contains the ashes of Low Fat's deceased father. Low Fat's mother, whose ashes are contained in the vase, was always a lady of few words. Now that she's dead, she has even less to say. Low Fat's father, reduced to ashes and stored inside the vase, has been left speechless by his untimely death. This oversized cart is brimming with other people's dirty laundry. You look over the dirty laundry hoping to find something for the fundraiser, attractive but not too daring, and in just your size. Unfortunately, nothing catches your eye, and even if something did, you couldn't sneak it out of the store without being caught. Why pick through somebody else's dirty laundry? You try to strike up a conversation with the dirty laundry, but it won't come clean. This paper lantern casts a warm, flame-like glow over the sparse interior of Low-Fat's Chinese laundry. As Low-Fat himself would probably tell you, there are no quick paths to achieving enlightenment, least of all stealing a lantern. You attempt to converse with the lantern, but it, like Low-Fat, remains inscrutable. They're not really Chinese characters. Low-Fat displays them to give himself an aura of authenticity, since he was actually born in Newark, New Jersey. The banner's back behind the counter. Don't go back there. Low-Fat is very territorial. If the symbols are replying, they're doing so in a language you can't understand. It's just an ordinary store counter decorated with a dragon of cultural significance to the Chinese. If you'd taken Asian Studies at Tulane instead of Journalism 101, it might mean something to you, but you didn't, so it doesn't. The counter is too heavy to be lifted and there's nothing on it to be taken, but handling it does give you the opportunity to observe how nice and sturdy it is. The dragon isn't talking. An evening gown hangs on the rack behind Low-Fat. It's a couple of years out of date, but it appears to be your size. You see an older Oriental gentleman standing behind the counter, toiling away with an industrial iron.
Please not to touch me. My wife, very jealous woman. No hanky-panky in store, okay?
Excuse me?
Yes, please?
I was just wondering, do you work here?
Yes, ticket please.
Pardon?
Ticket please. You here to pick up, yes?
Oh, no, I'm sorry, I was just looking around.
Okay, look all you want. Looking is free, laundry not so.
Pardon me?
Yes, please?
I feel a little strange to ask, but I'm looking for something I can wear to a formal party. You wouldn't happen to have something like that, lying about unclaimed, maybe?
This not clothing store, lady. No sell unclaimed clothes. Somebody come for clothes, get very angry.
But surely there must be clothes that go unclaimed.
2 years, then unclaimed laundry go to Salvation Army.
What if I ask you very nicely?
You join Salvation Army, then I give you unclaimed laundry. Ha 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 ha.
So, how's your year going?
Good year. Chinese New Year about to start. Very exciting. St. Louis going to take pennant, no doubt about that. That very unpopular opinion around here, though.
Have you heard about the burglary at the Leyendecker Museum?
No, burglary at museum? That terrible. Sorry to hear that.
Yes, isn't it? Have any of your customers said anything about it?
No, not hear about it until you say. What's stolen? Much damage?
Well, a dagger was taken, but nothing else that I know of.
Strange. Many valuable item at museum. Funny that only dagger was taken. Go figure.
What do you know about Egyptology?
Not know what it is. Cannot even pronounce it.
It's the study of ancient Egypt, archaeology, sociology, and so on.
You still talking English?
Never mind.
I not good person to ask about that.
How do you like New York?
New York too big, too dirty for me. Good business, nice place to visit, but wouldn't want to live here. Unfortunately, I do.
Do you read the New York Daily Register News Tribune?
Seen it, not read it. Love that not read American newspaper. Too violent. Prefer hometown newspaper.
Which is?
Newark B. Very good newspaper. Not like most American paper.
Spent any time at the police station recently?
Only one time to report stolen bicycle. Never found. Oh well.
What can you tell me about low-fat's Chinese laundry?
Look around. You standing in it.
Have you ever gone down to the 12th Street docks?
You kidding? Dock's dangerous place. Crooks and rats there. Not know of it. Sorry.
Ever been to the Leyendecker Museum?
Of course. Low fat big contributor to museum. $2 every year. Some customer also work at museum. Wolf Heimlich, security guard. Very important.
Anybody else from the museum ever come here?
Yes, let me think. Woman doctor, Greek name. Olympia something. McGillicuddy, Miklos? Yes, that's it. Olympia Miklos. Not know what she do at museum, but she work there. She and Mr. Heimlich sometime come in together.
Have you been there recently?
Not been there in, must be almost a year. Whoa, time to send in another $2.
Besides Mr. Heimlich and Dr. Miklos, are any of your other customers museum employees?
Not think so. Oh, wait, how could I forget? Yvette Delacroix, very lovely lady. She work at museum.
Do you know Sam Augustini? He's the city editor over at the New York Daily Register News Tribune.
Sam Augustini? Ah, yes. 17 collar, 52-inch waist. Mostly soup and sweat stain. Ring around collar. Nice guy.
Does a man named Crodfoller T. Rhubarb come in here?
Yes. Remember man with name like that. Extra starch. French cuffs. That all I know.
Has John Bow been in lately?
Not know any John Bow, sorry. Maybe try again with somebody else. Low fat know many people.
Who's this fella low fat?
You joking with me, right? I am low fat. You in low fat Chinese laundry.
I knew that. Does the name Pippin mean anything to you?
Yes, yes. Pippin Longstocking. My little girl read a book about her. Very funny. Freckles, red hair.
I don't think that's the same name.
No? I thought it was Longstocking. Maybe not.
Does the name Archibald Carrington III ring a bell with you?
Not think so. Very fancy name. Not many fancy people come here.
Do you know Detective O'Reilly?
Ah, Detective O'Reilly. Very smart man. Funny. No matter how clean I get his clothes, he always look dirty.
Has Ziggy been in lately?
Ziggy? No Ziggy come in here. Would remember name like that. Sound like good name for a comic strip though.
So you do the laundry for Dr. Olympia Miklos?
Yes, spooky lady. All black clothes. She nice, but scary.
Delacroix.
A small smile flickers over Low-Fat's normally inscrutable features.
Why are you smiling?
Low Fat have arrangement with a vat. Laundry for free.
And what do you get in return?
Once more, Low-Fat seems to smile slightly, his eyes refusing to meet yours.
Is it something private?
Low Fat not one to kiss and tell. Enough said, Kay?
I won't tell anyone. I'm sure whatever it is, I've heard it before.
He whistles an unrecognizable tune and deliberately looks away.
Tell me about Wolf Heimlich. What's so funny?
Nothing. Wolfie funny. Funny man. Take himself very seriously. Stand up straight. Act like soldier.
What else can you tell me about him?
Occasional bloodstain. Never sweat. Very tidy. Only see him once in a while.
What can you tell me about notebooks?
Low Fat have terrific memory. Not need notebooks.
What can you tell me about a baseball?
I pretty good baseball player back in high school. 270 average. Hot man. Best first baseman school ever had.
I was actually talking about a particular baseball, one I found at the newspaper.
Small, round, hard. That about it.
Can you tell me anything about a free pass to get your clothes pressed?
Low Fat give out free pressing coupon many months ago. Big advertisement in newspaper. Nobody use.
Do you still honor the coupon?
Yes. Forgot to put expiration date on coupon. By now, nobody remember anyway. Must be using coupon for something else. Ha 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 ha. Ah, yes. This certificate good for free pressing. You may need low-fat press clothes for you sometime. Is baseball, nice signature. Bob Ruth, who boy. Some right hand on that guy. Too bad no have right arm. He's psychiatrist now.
I thought maybe this was something you could use.
Do I look like baseball player to you? Not played baseball since high school. Average 270. Not bad for 98-pound weakling. Ha 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 ha.
You see a rotund, unhappy-looking boy. The other boys, who are industriously setting fire to ants with a magnifying glass, seem to be tolerating his presence, but largely ignore him. This youngster looks like a real roughneck. He appears slightly older than the other two boys, his brown hair wild and unruly, and a look of studied indifference on his face. The indifference is heightened by the nonchalant way he's burning ants with a magnifying glass. This little boy is trying to set fire to ants. He's shabbily dressed and poorly groomed. He's peering intently at the panicking ants on the sidewalk.
Pardon me, ma'am. My parents say I'm not allowed to let other people touch me.
Hey, don't touch me!
Hey, get your hands off of me, lady! You're not my mother!
For your information, little boy, I'm not nearly old enough to be your mother.
Yeah, go on. You're old enough to be my grandma.
I'm old enough to be your older sister. Now shush. It's a nice day, isn't it?
I don't know.
Well, there's not a cloud in the sky and the sun is shining.
I guess. Makes the ants light quicker, that's for sure.
So what's your name, little boy?
Biff!
My, what a nice name! So, do you have any interesting hobbies?
Killing ants, hitting baseballs through windows, and passing on my wisdom to those younger than me. What's it to you?
Just asking.
Yeah? Well, don't ask again.
What's your name, little boy?
None of your beeswax.
You're quite the impertinent little boy, aren't you?
Yeah, well, my folks told me not to talk to strangers.
His name's Paul Untermeyer.
Yeah, but we call him Stinky because his initials are P.U.
So, what are you doing?
Giving these crummy ants a hot foot. Wanna try?
Thank you kindly. Some other time.
You're lost, lady.
Isn't this a great year to be alive?
My parents say it's just another lousy year like all the rest.
$1926 is going to be a terrific year, isn't it?
Yeah, right.
Well, 1926 is sure turning out to be an exciting year, isn't it?
Sure is. My next door neighbor's ugly dog got run over by a car. Splat! And then he was only like this thick. My dad lost his job and had to start driving a cab, and he already had one accident. Crash! Then I ditched school only about 50 times to see the Dodgers. Wham! So yeah, so far it's been a pretty good year.
Say, did you hear about the burglary at the Leyendecker Museum? Pretty exciting.
Did anybody get killed?
I don't think so.
Then big deal.
So what's the word on the street about the burglary at the Leyendecker Museum?
Hey, what do I look like to you, a stoolie? I ain't heard nothing about it.
You wouldn't happen to know anything about the break-in at the Leyendecker Museum, would you?
I have an alibi, so you'll never get me, copper.
You've got quite an imagination.
It's true. I swear on a hunk of Bibles I didn't do it.
Have you ever studied Egyptology? It's very exciting.
I like mummies. They're already dead.
Well, there's a lot more to Egyptology than mummies, but you're right. They are very mysterious.
Someday I really want to unwrap one and see what they look like underneath. I don't know, my parents say there's no such thing as mummies that move.
What can you tell me about Egyptology?
I don't know him. And if I had a name like that, I'd change it.
Would you happen to know anything about Egyptology?
You mean the study of Egyptian antiquities and the ancient civilization that flourished there? Yeah, right.
Sorry, lady. My parents say I'm not supposed to talk about anything.
They're very restrictive, aren't they?
That's kind of what I asked them, but they said no.
Lady, it's really none of my business.
I'm not telling you nothing. You're pretty nosy, you know that?
It's my job to be nosy. I'm a reporter for the New York Daily Register News Tribune.
Oh, yeah? Then what's going to happen to ham gravy and castor oil and thimble theater?
I don't know.
Then you don't really work for the newspaper. You're full of baloney.
How do you like living in New York?
My parents say it stinks. I don't know. I kind of like it.
It must be wonderful to live in New York City, isn't it?
Fine, if you like crime and smelly air.
Oh, I'm sure they'll have all that cleaned up in no time flat.
Sure. And men are gonna walk on the moon.
I'm pretty new to the city. What can you tell me about it?
Well, see, there's these big honking alligators in the sewer from kids flushing them down the toilet.
Oh?
So you gotta stay off of manhole covers or else they come up and eat you in one big gulp.
Do not.
Do so.
Not.
So.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah-huh.
Please. Maybe I'll just stay off of manhole covers just in case.
I'm not supposed to talk about places I haven't been to.
Are you sure you're telling me the truth?
Yes, ma'am. My parents said so.
Sorry, never been there.
I ain't never been there, so don't ask.
I'm sorry, ma'am. My parents say I'm not allowed to talk about other people.
Did they really say that?
I don't know.
Sorry, lady. I don't think my friends are your friends, or vice versa.
I ain't talking. You can beat me up and put bamboo shoots under my fingernails, but I'm not talking, you understand?
All right, you needn't get huffy about it. I was just asking. This nifty baseball wouldn't be of any use to you, would it?
I don't know, let's see it. Not bad. I'm not sure about this Bob Roos signature, but it's not a bad imitation. Stitching integrity is about 89%. Want to trade?
That's just what I was thinking. I could use that magnifying glass you boys are using.
Hey, Scram, we're using this glass.
Have we got a deal?
Okay, why not? Here you go.
Hey, what a jip! Now how are we gonna moidalize these ants?
Ease up, Stinky. We're almost out of ants anyway. Then we'll go to Old Man Meadow's place and bust up his windows.
Yeah!
Thanks, lady. Pleasure doing business, witches.
Thank you, young man.
You pick it up and place it in your purse. A magnifying glass, slightly scratched but still in good condition. Under the magnifying glass, you can see that Stinky gets very sweaty under the hot noonday sun. You look at the boy through the magnifying glass, and he shrugs in annoyance.
Get that thing out of my face!
Big paws, but nice and clean.
Hi.
The stevedore looks a little more refined than you'd expect. He's also rather attractive. It would be rather forward of you to touch the stevedore at this point, don't you think?
Good morning, miss. I'm Steve Dorian.
I'm Laura Bow.
Nice weather we're having. Hey, did you hear about Admiral Byrd? He just made the first successful flight over the North Pole. What a guy. I think the Cardinals are going to win the World Series this year. I hear Henry Ford just introduced the 40-hour work week at his auto plant. I think that's ridiculous. What are his employees going to do with all that free time? Do you always have this much trouble holding up your end of the conversation? So far, it's a pretty good year for me, and things are looking up. It's my kind of town. I don't know where it is. Never been there. This is where I work. Nice notebook. I don't know anything about that. Sorry. Boy, do I remember that guy. He supervised the unloading of the Egyptian crates from the ship. It was a bunch of stuff for the museum, and he was real protective about it. Mr. Carrington came in on the Andrea Doria. I remember because he had the heaviest steamer trunk I've ever lifted. And it smelled funny, too. Gave me a big tip. Then that rich lady picked him up in a taxi. He called her the Countess Waldorf Carlton. Sounds like an Irish name. Did you just sneeze or something? I do my own laundry. He's some kind of a cheap hood. He used to hang around here sometimes. Steve Dorian? That's me, Miss Bo. She's the rich lady that picked up Mr. Carrington. That's where Mr. Carter's Egyptian crates were going. Nice place. Ever been there?
Actually, I'm attending a fundraising party there tonight.
Sounds like a formal party. What will it cost to get in?
I don't know. I'm covering it for the newspaper, so I get in free.
I thought the museum was closed today.
It is, but the party isn't till 7 o'clock tonight.
Sounds like fun. Enjoy yourself. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work.
The big city, the Big Apple, New York, Manhattan Island, planet Earth, Milky Way, galaxy, whatever you call it, it's your kind of town. You wave at the city, but no one waves back. Kind of makes you think it's a cold and hostile place, doesn't it? How does that old saying go? Red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky at morning, sailors take warning. Blue sky at dawn, sailors just yawn. Blue sky at night, sailors take fright. Or something like that. Yes, wouldn't it be wonderful if you could reach up and touch the sky? Apparently the stress is starting to get to you. The warehouses bustle with life as exotic goods arrive from distant lands or prepare for long journeys to forgotten corners of the world. You wisely determine that it's safer to admire the warehouses from afar. The 12th Street docks, the throbbing heart of the city's shipping industry. The dock feels like sturdy wood. According to the label, this crate was formerly filled with grapes from Egypt. The empty crate makes a hollow sound when you touch it. Although the crate listens politely to your words, it does not respond. Dock pilings. Clearly the longshoremen here take pride in their surroundings and keep the entire dock scrubbed clean. Watch out for splinters. The nameplate on the impressive steamship identifies it as the Andrea Doria. You could push on this ship all day and it wouldn't move. Ah, if only this ship could talk, imagine the tales it would tell. You get all misty-eyed just thinking about it. It's a dirty, weather-beaten taxi sign. To hail a cab, use the sign by clicking your hand on it. This is a rough part of town with several abandoned buildings. The sidewalk looks dirty. A fire hydrant. Feels like a fire hydrant. A streetlight. Feels like a streetlight. The front door to the abandoned flower shop. It's locked. The windows of the flower shop have been painted over from the inside as if the shop is abandoned. feels like glass. Drink Moxie, it's good for you. You can't reach the Moxie sign. It looks a lot like garbage. There must be some serious alcoholics who live nearby because the trash is loaded with liquor bottles. It feels like garbage. Now it'll be hard to get the smell off your hands. The battered side door to the flower shop, complete with a mail slot and a tiny window.
We're closed. No deliveries. Scream all you want, Toots. You're not getting into this flower shop. We're closed. No deliveries. Secret word.
The password is Charleston.
Well, why didn't you say so? Come on in.
You're in a speakeasy known as the Harlem Swinger. This being the time of prohibition, illegal alcoholic drinks are sold here in secret. As you touch that, you feel the broken dreams and the alcoholic haze of thousands of frenzied speakeasy patrons who have come here to drown their sorrows and shore up their illusions that tomorrow will be a better day. Up close, everything in this speakeasy reeks of alcohol and tobacco smoke smells. It's crooner Jen Smith, the amazing dancing chanteuse. It would be very rude to interrupt her while she's performing. It's Dr. Jazz, the piano player. This is only a temporary gig for Doc since he normally plays with Jelly Roll Morton and his Red Hot Peppers. Don't bother Dr. Jazz while he's performing. Inexperienced dancers repeatedly practicing the few steps they know. The dancers just ignore you. No cutting in here. A serious drinker. It's best not to disturb him. Don't touch the serious drinker. It's best not to disturb him. This comatose man has had too much to drink. It's a miracle that he's still standing. Don't touch the comatose man. It's a miracle that he's still standing and your touch might tip him over. It's the bartender. Don't touch the bartender.
You want a drink, miss?
No, thank you, sir. I don't drink.
I'm sorry, miss. I'm too busy to talk right now.
They're involved in a deep conversation about President Calvin Coolidge. They're involved in a deep conversation about F. Scott Fitzgerald's novel The Great Gatsby, published in 1925. You shouldn't interrupt their conversation. This man is sleeping peacefully, so it would be a shame to wake him. A nervous man with shifty eyes.
Oh, don't touch me, Toots.
Are you Ziggy?
Who sent you? Crodfoller? He's an old pal of mine. What you want to know?
Have you read that new novel by Ernest Hemingway?
You mean The Sun Also Rises, his novel of post-war disillusion? Of course! Ernie and me go way back. He ran that book by me before it ever got published, and I told him it's a real corker.
Since this year is almost over, how do you feel about 1926?
I think it was a great year. I made a sawbuck on the Gene Tunney and Jack Dempsey fight in Philly. All I know is that the Egyptian pig sticker was heisted from the museum. Why are you showing me that?
Do you know anything about Egyptology?
The only Egyptian I know is an accountant named Ramses something like that. He bugs me sometimes by asking me riddles. I can never figure him out.
What kind of riddles?
Well, today Ramses came in and asked me a two-part riddle. What's the room you leave without entering? And what's the room you enter without leaving? As usual, I told him I didn't give a hoot about his silly questions, so he left. That's today's password, and it's a great dance.
I'm new here. What can you tell me about New York?
It's the place to be. All kinds of people come here, like one big smelting pot. There's even a high-class international con man in town. But I can't tell you who it is, 'cause he'd kill me if he found out. You mean this speakeasy? It's the best in town. And I know because I've been to all of them. Do I look like an encyclopedia? I don't know nothing about that. Them is the docks at the end of 12th Street. What makes you think I knows anything about police stations? You think I'm a hood or something? I got friends in high places, so don't mess with me. That's where my pal Crodfoller works. I heard somebody heisted that Egyptian pig sticker from the museum. Rumor on the street is that it was an inside job. Never heard that name before, Toots. That's the guy who does my laundry. I think he's a cop. That's me. Was you wanting to make something of it? That's the accountant from the museum. Spooky hi-hat kind of guy. That name, it rings a bell. I think he works on the docks.
The door to the women's lounge.
Hiya, dollface. Looking for a good time? It's your loss, Toots. I'll be right here if you change your mind.
The women's lounge. Don't start poking around randomly in here. It could be bad for your health. It's an old couch.
How about a free back rub? Or a neck rub? If you like, I could even do your whole body.
Feels like a nice material. A handy partition for changing your clothes in privacy. The partition is bolted to the floor so you can't move it. Your heart soars as you see the brilliant sunlight pouring in through the tiny window.
You look so cute in that outfit. It makes me want to scream.
If the water was connected, you could wash your hands here. These look almost exactly like toilets. You'd be too embarrassed to use the toilet while someone is watching you. Hold it until the end of the game. The flapper is watching you.
Oh, yes. Touch me again. You haven't seen the Countess come into the speakeasy yet, have you? I've been waiting here for hours.
The Countess?
Yeah, the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton. I'm supposed to meet her here.
Sorry, haven't seen her. But if I do, I'll be sure and let you know.
Thanks, Toots. You have a sexy voice, Toots, but I don't know what you're talking about. What are you looking at, kid? Ain't you ever seen a women's lounge before?
My goodness, has this taxi ever been cleaned?
I cleaned it out 2 years ago. You got a problem with that? Thanks for your critique of my lifestyle, miss. Now get out of my cab!
Try not to upset this driver. He looks nervous and dangerous.
Hey, Toots, you can touch me anytime. If you want, I can stop at this cheap little hotel I know. The manager's a friend of mine. We could use one of his rooms for a couple hours, if you know what I mean.
No, thank you, sir. I merely touched you by accident.
I doesn't talk to the passengers.
There's garbage all over the passenger section of the taxi. Some of it looks very old. Since garbage holds a certain fascination for you, you plunge your hand into the debris. Although it's old and hard to read, it looks like a laundry claim ticket with Chinese characters on it. An old laundry claim ticket from Low Fat's Chinese Laundry. A close look reveals that the ticket is 2 years old.
Okay, Toots, where can I take yous?
Do you know anything about Dr. Olympia Meatloaf?
Sorry, she's Greek to me.
Do you know Yvette Delacroix?
Cripes, how do you know about her?
I heard she was...
Look, that was long ago and far away, okay? The room was dark and I was not married at the time. I don't know how you know about that, but I don't want to hear another word about it.
My goodness, very well, forget I mentioned it. Do you know Wolf Heimlich?
That one doesn't strike a bell. Sorry.
What do you know about that handsome stevedore, Steve Dorian?
Lose that funny look in your eye. Anybody working down at the docks is trouble with a capital T. Don't wait till it's too late to find out.
Are you familiar with the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
Familiar with her? I don't think I could even repeat her name. Sorry, but I don't know anything about that.
What can you tell me about this laundry claim ticket?
Let's see it. Looks like a laundry claim check to me, and an old one at that.
Looking closely at Crodfoller, you see a tangle of broken blood vessels in his face and especially his nose. Apparently the man bends the elbow a bit.
Yeah, I'll take yous for a ride if you got the dough or if you can prove yous as a reporter. Okay, Toots, where can I take yous?
If you had any doubts before, a close look verifies that this is indeed the inside of the police station.
Here now, stop that!
Are you acquainted with Dr. Olympia Miklos?
Dr. Miklos? You mean Dr. Olympia Miklos? Greek woman, dark hair?
Yes, that's the one.
Never heard of her, miss. Sorry, I couldn't help but put your leg a bit there.
What can you tell me about Yvette Delacroix?
Now you keep away from your vet. I haven't seen the girl in ages, and I don't plan to see her again, so you just let sleeping dogs lie.
What do you know about Wolf Heimlich?
Doesn't sound familiar to me, miss.
Is there anything you can tell me about Steve Dorian?
Sorry, this be the first time I've even heard the man's name.
Do you know the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
She's a very well-to-do lady and one of our finest upstanding citizens. Never had a chance to meet her personally, understand.
What information do you have about a laundry claim ticket?
I try not to worry myself about the little things like that, lass.
Is this your claim ticket?
No, miss.
You wouldn't happen to know a rather striking young man named Steve Dorian, would you?
Not think so. He must go to other cleaner. Sound like you sweet on this Steve.
I'm simply investigating him.
Ho! You detective? Low Fat think he see something pretty detective lady not see herself.
Have you ever met the Countess Lavinia Waldorf Carlton?
No. Have you met Shin Wang Lee?
No.
That was fun. We play again sometime. I not good person to ask about that.
What would you say if I told you I had a claim ticket for an item of laundry?
Not surprise me much. After all, you here in laundry, right?
Now, Mr. Fat, why not let me ask the questions?
Suit yourself, but cannot tell you anything about laundry ticket unless I see it. This claim ticket 2 years old today. You very lucky woman. Almost give this clothes away. It'll be ready Tuesday. Just kidding. Ancient Chinese joke.
Actually, this isn't mine at all. I found this claim ticket just a little while ago. I'd feel badly if somebody would have come back for this.
You worry for nothing. Nobody come in for 2-year-old laundry. Lady who owned this dress probably dead by now.
You're a strange man, Mr. Fat, but I kinda like you.
A size 7 evening gown in the latest style, even though it sat unclaimed in Low Fat's Chinese laundry for 2 years. Some fashions never go out of style.
I'm sorry, Mr. Fat. My conscience just won't let me accept this gown. I simply don't think it's right to take someone else's property.
Sorry, please. This dress no longer my problem. You give it away if you like.
I want to marry an archaeologist and keep his artifacts warm. I travel with him through jungles and deserts and weather out every storm. If he wants me to, I'll burrow and dig on burials small and pebbles big. Oh, I want to marry an archaeologist. What a marvelous gig. Mommy would love him and Daddy too. We'd be famous and well-to-do. Oh, I want to marry an archaeologist. Then I could book it too. Wahoo! I could book it too. Oh, we'd play peekaboo.
Va-va-voom. How about a free back rub or a neck rub? Nice body. But where did you get those clothes? Salvation Army?
A handy partition for changing your clothes in privacy. Currently, your old clothes are hanging here as well.